What's going on, agency owners? Welcome to today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm excited to get into today's video and go over the biggest sales mistakes that I see, not just agency owners, but even business owners, coaches, and consultants, and service providers doing on a daily basis. So I've taken probably over 6,000 sales calls in the last 4 to 5 years. Also, some of my biggest videos on this channel, which you should subscribe for because I always post those, where I literally show you sales calls and my objection handling and all that stuff. So it doesn't matter if you're an agency owner or not. It's cool to watch. It's cool to see how I frame people and obviously close them. So first mistake that I see is people don't know how to frame the phone call, okay? You need to value your time as a salesperson, business owner, whatever you're doing, door knocking, I don't care what it is, you need to frame the conversation. You need to tell people what's gonna happen if everything goes well and all the boxes get checked off. So in the beginning of my sales calls, I'll always say like, hey, listen, we're excited to help you grow your business, but here's the thing, right? And your time's valuable, my time's valuable. So here's what's gonna happen on this call. We're gonna go over this, this, and this. And if these boxes here check, are you okay moving forward today? Is there something in the way that would prohibit you from moving forward today? Do you have a partner that you need to talk to? Do you have your wife that you would need to consult? What is that one objection that we need to get out of the way right now for you to make a buying decision? Because at the end of the day, we have over 40 booked calls a day. And if you don't say yes, somebody else will take your spot. And that's kind of like how I frame it. So it's about framing the phone call because now you're framing the sale at the end. But obviously, if the boxes don't check off, you can take care of them during the call. So now you can find the real objection right off the rip, And most of the time, people will say, hey, if you could bring me results, so show more case studies, hey, this is something I really got to think about. So let's just get into it and we'll see how it goes. That's a good answer because they don't want to say yes too soon because then they feel like they're too committed. But at the same time, it's like, if you're not going to make a buying decision today, then I think we should just cut this phone call right now. Or you do it earlier, which is in the appointment setting portion, which is once they book that call, you have an appointment setter call them and frame that first. And then they keep the call on the calendar or they cancel it. So that's the way to obviously frame that as well. Second mistake I see is letting people get off the phone because you're actually, you've been told that people tell the truth. Like a lot of people lie. There's people who are like, hey, I'm in the middle of traffic. Send it over to me and I'll take a look at it and I'll pay later. Like, no, he's not gonna fucking pay later, okay? He's bullshitting. You don't take a sales call in the middle of fucking traffic. I just think a lot of people lie to get out of sales calls. They feel like that's their way of giving you sales resistance. And that sales pressure is what kind of pulls you two apart. So, it's also other things too. Like number 3 is calling people out who are doing something that's unprofessional. Like if somebody answers a Zoom call on mobile, I'll call them out. I'm like, hey, listen, you're on a professional sales call right now. You're gonna go and grow your business and you answer with your fucking phone. You're trying to make 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, and you're gonna answer the Zoom with your phone. That is not how you're supposed to roll. So if I can't take you seriously on this call, how are you gonna take the deliverables and the services that I'm giving to you seriously as well? And I don't think you can do that. You put them in a place now where they have to prove themselves to you. And that's the whole, reverse psychology reversal. Because everybody thinks they get on a sales call, they gotta prove to me that I'm willing to buy. It's the other way around if you switch it around, okay? It's a little psychological trick. Number 4, biggest mistake that I see is people being afraid to push the limits of the actual prospect. So getting into other infatuations or psychological triggers that would make them make a buying decision. So getting into family, getting into their personal life, trying to dig deeper into what emotional triggers that we can take to sell it. And it's not manipulation, it's simple psychology, okay? If you've ever went on a date before or tried to go on a date, it's the same shit, okay? You're not sitting there thinking about, yeah, I'm gonna let them get off the hook. I don't really care about this, blah, blah, blah. Obviously you do, you showed up. So you need to make sure that you're pulling things from their personal lives, what they're doing today, all these little things to build rapport. And maybe make a joke, that's obviously subtle, all these different things, right? And I think that a lot of people just don't know how to do that because they feel like they just have a massive money block behind pushing people to the limit. I like that shit. And you'll see that in some of my videos and all the sales call recordings. I'll curse at people. I tell people what they're doing wrong. I'll call people out for, there was a guy that was talking to me about, how maybe he doesn't know this is the right decision. I said, well, listen, man, no offense, but can I make this decision for you? Because you haven't really made good decisions in the past. Your wife left you, she cheated on you, your kids don't really hang out with you much, you're not really making good decisions. I feel like if you're gonna make this decision, you need someone else who's like obviously a professional, who's an expert to kind of help you make that decision. And like that might seem fucked up to some of you watching, but it's like, if you can't make good decisions personally, how are you gonna make them business-wise? It's not always about numbers. It's about, you know, playing the right move in chess. Okay, business is like chess. It matters whatever moves you make, then you can play the game. And then what I would say is the last mistake that I see is the ability for people to, because there's two paradigms on a sales call. There's people who are okay with 2 call closes and people who are okay with the 1 call close. I'm a firm believer that the biggest mistake in business is letting people get a 2 call. And it's a waste of time. I will never do a follow-up. And I say that at the end of every call to them. Listen, like if you get off the phone, I'm not gonna call you back because I got 30 people who want the service. It's just, I value my time more than the money. So it's like, I hate people who are like, not hate people, but salespeople who are just so fucking desperate for the sale. Like doing 2 calls and texting them good morning and like asking them what they're thinking. Like, dude, if they're not gonna buy on the first call and your product's between 1 to 5K, like they're not gonna fucking buy, okay? And we need 24 windows. We need to move the needle in our business. And some people don't like that. They're like, well, like if they're making a financial investment, they need to think about it. It's like I get that, but at the same time, like if you're a real business owner and you're making at least 6 figures a month, like you can't sit there and think about that financial decision for more than 15 minutes. It's just crazy to me. And it's funny because people will DM me on Instagram. Like I had this altercation with this guy who was like, yeah, like, you know, like I'm down to spend, like for the agency course for the $997. He's like, yeah, I'm down to spend it, but like, you know, I really got to think about it with me and my partner. I'm like, bro, you guys are making 20K a month. If you have to sit there for a whole night to spend $997, you're a fucking lunatic. There's just no way that is a good value of your time. If it's anywhere between 1 and 5K, that should be a 5 to 15 minute decision. Now, if you're gonna go buy a car, I get that. That's 20 something K, 30K, 40K, whatever it is for a normal car. But you know, you gotta think about that decision because those are bigger financial commitments. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope this helps you with your, you know, sales tactics and obviously your sales pitch. Please like, comment, subscribe. Helps put out more videos just like this. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.